Thank you so much, Benito, for agreeing to chat with me today. I would love to kick off the conversation just hearing more about Wolters Kluwer and your role at the company.
Basically, Wolters Kluwer is a global company that provides professional information, software, and services for legal, tax, accounting, financial, and compliance sectors. I'm Benito. I have been working at Wolters Kluwer since 2017 in the technical support team for legal professionals. We help everyday lawyers who use our software, mainly Suite Avocato Elite, Cleos. It's of course a cloud software, and making sure everything works correctly and providing technical support directly on their computers we needed.
What made you choose LogMeIn Resolve as the solution for your team?
In the past, we used GoTo Assist for remote support tool, but after many years, we decided to switch to LogMeIn Resolve because it's more modern and, of course, faster, importantly, and offers one automatic recording for every remote session. A key feature for our team. It's the most important thing for us. I tested Resolve for several weeks, and I never experienced any issues or interruptions. Resolve is a very stability software, and we decided to purchase the product, and now we are very satisfied with this choice.
I would love to hear a little bit more about how you and your team first started using the AI session notes feature. And if you could tell us a little bit about what your note taking process looked like before that.
Okay. I learned about this feature a month ago, thanks to a LogMeIn newsletter. And of course, I immediately test this new feature. It was very powerful because it's useful for us, because obviously we work with different teams, first level, second level, third level, sometimes. And when we exchange some information for a remote session, this is very fast mode. Now it's very simple. It's a copy and paste this information in our Salesforce ticket, and this obviously saves us time. It's very important for us. Uh, Previously, however, we manually, of course, entered all the steps in a support into a ticket, and clearly this is a significant and much lower effort for us.
Are there any specific examples around AI session notes helping your work or making things easier that you can share?
The first scenario, of course, was very important to us because a customer, after a remote session, told us that we had created a network problem on his PC. And thanks to these AI session notes, we were able to indicate to this customer all the steps that took place in a remote session. And of course, it was very useful. No? And the second instead is when we exchange this data internally within our development department. For example, now we have more efficiency and accuracy. Of course, when we transfer scenarios to our development team, saving hours to do something extra. Now we have save time and more quality. Another main point of this feature is the ability to create a knowledge base after the notes of this AI session. I immediately understood the power of all this because you can create a knowledge base in seconds. And of course, this is important for customer support. Before this, we created a lot of knowledge base, but manually, and it took up more time for us.
So, thinking about your Resolve experience overall, how would you describe the difference before and after implementing Resolve?
Well, in general, I was surprised in a positive way because, as I said before, having more time available, we can find resources in other valuable activities or to support clients in other situations.
So, if you could tell another team about your Resolve experience, what would you want them to know?
For my team, a very interesting future in Resolve is GoPilot. Because we can provide both internal for our colleagues or external, including a customer, for technical support. It's helpful for my team because when someone is in a remote session with the client, they can type a question into Copilot and receive a correct answer, especially in difficult cases.